All right, friends, so let's get back to American Miscellany. So, when we left off, we were reading about our parents. That was essay number 159 in our massive volume here called American Miscellany. So, this was published in 1865, and it's a very eclectic mixture of topics and attitudes. So our last one, our parents, was perfect. If you were looking for a good finger wagging, it's a nice little essay. So now we're continuing on to our next essay called Allston's Aphorisms, which actually sounds pretty exciting to me. I can't wait to get into that. So here we are, page 415 of American Miscellany, of course, published in 1865. We have essay number 160, Allston's Aphorisms. In presenting an account of the late Washington Allston, the Athenaeum places before its readers the following aphorisms of which he was the author. We are told that Mr. Allston wrote them on fragments of paper which he stuck up around his room as aids to reflection before he began his day's work. Copied into our pages, they may be of use in lowering self-esteem in others besides painters. Aphorism number 1. The painter who is content with the praise of the world in respect to what he does not satisfy himself is not an artist, but an artisan. For though his reward be only praise, his pay is that of a mechanic for his time and not for his art. Oh, I'd be happy to be paid either way, mechanic or artist. I don't mind. All right, aphorism number 2. He that seeks a popularity in art closes the door on his own genius, as he must needs paint for other minds and not for his own. Number 3, reputation is but a synonym of popularity, dependent on suffrage to be increased or diminished at the will of the voters. It is the creature, so to speak, of its particular age, or rather of a particular state of society, and consequently dying with that which sustained it. Hence we can scarcely go over a page of history that we do not, as in a churchyard, tread upon some buried reputation. But fame cannot be voted down, having its immediate foundation in the essential. It is the eternal shadow of excellence, from which it can never be separated, nor is it ever made visible but in the light of an intellect kindred with that of its author. It is that light which projects the shadow which is seen of the multitude, to be wondered at and reverenced, even while so little comprehended as to be often confounded with the substance being admitted from the shadow as a matter of faith. It is the economy of Providence to provide such lights, like rising and setting stars. They follow each other through successive ages, and thus the monumental form of genius stands forever relieved against its own imperishable shadow. It's kind of dark. I like it. Aphorism number 4. All excellence of every kind is but variety of truth. If we wish, then, for something beyond the true, we wish for that which is false. According to this test, how little truth is there in art? Little indeed, but how much is that little to him who feels it? Fame does not depend on the will of any man, but the reputation may be given or taken away. Fame does not depend on the will of any man, but reputation may be given or taken away. Fame is the sympathy of kindred intellects, and sympathy is not a subject of willing, while reputation, having its source in the popular voice, is a sentence which may be uttered or suppressed at pleasure. Reputation, being essentially contemporaneous, is always at the mercy of the envious and the ignorant. But fame, whose very birth is posthumous, and which is known only to exist by the echo of its footsteps through congenial minds, can be neither increased nor diminished by any degree of will. Number 6, what light is in the natural world, such is fame in the intellectual, both in requiring an atmosphere in order to become perceptible. Hence, the fame of Michelangelo is, to some minds, a nonentity, even as the sun itself would be invisible in vacuo. Number 7, fame has no necessary conjunction with praise. It may exist without the breath of a word. It is a recognition of excellence which must be felt, but it need not be spoken. Even the envious must feel it and hate it in silence. I like that one. Aphorism number 8, I cannot believe that any man who deserved fame ever labored for it, that is, directly. For, as fame is but the contingent of excellence, it would be like an attempt to project a shadow before its substance was obtained. Many, however, have so fancied. I write, I paint for fame, has often been repeated. It should have been, I write, I paint for reputation. All anxiety, therefore, about fame should be placed to the account of reputation. Number 9, a man may be pretty sure that he has not attained excellence when it is not all in all to him. Nay, I may add that if he looks beyond it, he has not reached it. This is not the less true for being good Irish. I have no idea what being good Irish is. I hope that's not offensive. Aphorism number 10, an original mind is rarely understood until it has been reflected from some half dozen congenial with it. So averse are men to admitting the true in an unusual form, while any novelty, however fantastic, however false, is greedily swallowed. Nor is this to be wondered at, for all truth demands a response, and few people care to think, yet they must have something to supply the place of thought. Every mind would appear original if every man had the power of projecting his own into the minds of others. Number 11, all effort at originality must end either in the quaint or the monstrous. For no man knows himself as an original. He can only believe it on the report of others to whom he is made known, as he is by the projecting power before spoken of. Number 12, there is an essential meanness in the wish to get the better of anyone. There is an essential meanness in the wish to get the better of anyone. The only competition worthy a wise man is with himself. Aphorism number 13. Reverence is an ennobling sentiment. It is felt to be degrading only by the vulgar mind, which would escape the sense of its own littleness by elevating itself into the antagonist to what is above it. That's kind of fascinating, actually, the idea that somebody lower or vulgar would elevate themselves by fighting with somebody who's better than them. Interesting how things move. I understood it. Okay, number 14. He that has no pleasure in looking up is not fit to look down. Of such minds are the mannerists in art, in the world, tyrants of all sorts. Number 15, a witch's skiff cannot more easily sail in the teeth of the wind than the human eye can lie against fact. but the truth will often quiver through lips with a lie upon them. Number 16, it is a hard matter for a man to lie all over, nature having provided king's evidence in almost every member. The hand will sometimes act as a vane to show which way the wind blows when every feature is set in the other way. The knees smite together and sound the alarm of fear under a fierce countenance. The legs shake with anger when all above is calm. Aphorism number 17, make no man your idol, for the best man must have faults, and his faults will usually become yours in addition to your own. This is as true in art as in morals. That's solid, good advice. I like that. All right, number 18, the devil's heartiest laugh is at a detracting witticism. Hence the phrase, devilish good, has sometimes a literal meaning. And aphorism number 19, there is one thing which no man, however generously disposed, can give, but which everyone, however poor, is bound to pay. This is praise. He cannot give it because it is not his own, since what is dependent for its very existence on something in another can never become to him a possession, nor can he justly withhold it when the presence of merit claims it as a consequence. As praise then cannot be made a gift, so neither when not his due can any man receive it. He may think he does, but he receives only words, for desert being the essential condition of praise. I think they mean like deserve, like it's spelled like desert, D-E-S-E-R-T, but I think they might mean like the past tense of deserve, right? Because it doesn't make sense to have the Sahara in the middle of the sentence, right? So for desert, for deserving being the essential condition of praise, for desert being the essential condition of praise. There can be no reality in the one without the other. This is no fanciful statement, for though praise may be withheld by the ignorant or the envious, it cannot be but that in the course of time an existing merit will, on someone, produce its effects, inasmuch as the existence of any cause without its effect is an impossibility. A fearful truth lies at the bottom of this, an irreversible justice for the weal or woe of him who confirms or violates it.